Okay, so today we're joined by Sharon Wells, who is School Business Manager at Marsh Hill Primary School, and she's joined us today just to give us some feedback on the school bus, starting with how it helps her in her role. So over to you, Sharon.
Well, how the school bus helps me, it takes a lot of the headache out of the, particularly the policy compliance area. So it means that I can ensure that policies go out to staff in a timely manner, that they've got sufficient time to read it and digest it. We tend to give them, a couple of weeks to work their way through any new policies and pose any questions that they have. So they've got an opportunity to read the policies and then send any questions. So it kind of takes that headache out of having to kind of physically go around and make sure that people have read policies. So we've got that kind of electronic trail. When we had Ofsted a few years ago, I was able to print off a printout of all the the whistleblowing policies and the policies that they wanted to ensure, wanted to make sure that our staff had read. I was able to do a printout to them to confirm that staff have read and are compliant. And it also helped me when we had an internal audit, a HR audit, and again it was important that we made sure that staff were aware of various policies. So it was a quick way of me being able to get that information. So I'm particularly a big favour of the policy compliance area, and it's also a good source of information. If something comes up new, then I can look on the school bus and get the information from there. I've got quite a few good templates as well.
Yeah.
And so for staff instructor, we've printed off the template for the staff instructor so we can have a look at moving forward. We've got this COVID catch-up money now, and we've got money that we haven't used because of COVID. So it's where we can expand maybe a little bit on staffing so that we can get the best outcomes for the children. So yeah, I am a fan.
Excellent. Are there any features in particular, you might have already summed it up there, but any features in particular that you like the most about the
I think it is
school bus?
the policy compliance, because that can be one of the banes of my life in terms of getting the policies out. We're hoping, our biggest aim is to become completely paperless, so that we haven't got policies in folders. So for me, the biggest thing for me is the policy compliance, and that you can just keep checking back and making sure that you're up to date with things.
Perfect, thank you. And is there anything you would say to any other school leaders who aren't yet on board the school bus?
I do think once you do try it, you wouldn't be disappointed. There's absolutely nothing to lose, and it seems to be kept bang up to date really in terms of what's happening, and obviously it's been quite fast moving in recent times, and I've been able to get quite up to date information from the school bus. So my advice would be give it a go. It's value, it's value as well. It's it's value for money. So it's not as if you'd be outlaying thousands and thousands and not getting a good return. So my advice would be give it a go.
And you mentioned that everything's up to date. Our editorial team have worked flexibly so that we can do that, because things change so quickly and weird times, and we just make sure that someone's there to get everything up to date for you. So it's good that you mentioned that. That's good feedback for us. So lastly, are there 3 words you would use to describe the school bus?
Well, I've put value, I've put easy in terms of navigation, and proactive.
That's great, thank you. So thank you for joining me today, and I really appreciate your feedback, so thank you for your time.
Okay, no problem.